Another thing that makes it tricky is living here in Thailand. We live in a tourist area. So there's all kinds of people always drinking beer and wine, and all the restaurants when we walk past, we see that. So it makes it even a little more difficult because it's like in our face constantly. So yeah, the first time I drank, I would have been 14 years old. We were in eighth grade, and me and my best friend Bill. And it was a weeknight, and we had school the next day. And we bought a bottle of Boone's Farm, Strawberry Hill or something. It was like a famous, popular little cheap wine back then. And me and him walked around and just drank the bottle, split the bottle between us on a cold night, man. It was freezing out. And we had a lot of fun. We just walked around and joked and talked, and we both went, he went to his house, I went to my house. Our parents never caught us. We didn't get in trouble. We didn't act up. But that's the first time I remember drinking. It was a freezing cold night, splitting a bottle of Boone's Farm with my best friend at the time. So I've been practicing being an alcohol minimalist for the last, probably year and a half now. And that's basically where you get a plan and you let yourself have so many drinks a month or so many drinks a week, and you try to keep it to a reasonable amount, so you don't get carried away. And that's been working out for me pretty good. Like I took half of August off of last year. Then I took off of all of October last year. And then I did a dry January this year. So it does work, and I can control it to some degree, but I also know if I drink more than like 3 days in a row or 2 days in a row, I almost feel like there's that vicious cycle thing. It's like, your body wants it like the next day at 6 o'clock at night, because I drank 2 or 3 days in a row. My body's like, oh yeah, let's have a drink. And it's almost like it builds this cycle, and you emotionally and physically kind of just desire it. It's not like having delirium tremens or something. It's not like you're shaking, and it's not like you're a full blown addict, but whenever we do drink alcohol, there's a certain amount of withdrawal that comes along with it. So yeah, I've been thinking about just maybe stopping altogether. Uh, let Please please leave me a message. What do you think? Are you guys drinking? I know that it's a really big thing now. Alcohol is still on commercials and they still sell it everywhere, but there's been a lot of truth coming out about it. Like it's a level 1 carcinogen. It causes cancer. And they warn us about cigarettes, but they don't warn us about alcohol. And I never knew that until maybe in the last year, because I've been reading a lot about it. So yeah, I'm definitely considering stopping altogether. But there's nothing like a cold beer either on a hot day and you're on the beach, or after you mowed the lawn and you want a cold beer. We get so used to those things because we've been doing them most of our lives that they almost become a ritual. They're like a little habit. So I do think it's a little more difficult than we realize sometimes when we just want to cut it out altogether. Um, so yeah, leave me a comment. What are you guys doing? How are you dealing with the news about alcohol? And a lot of people were stopping, quitting drinking and everything. And and I don't think you have to hit rock bottom either. You could just make a decision and just stop, or at least cut down. Uh, if you're getting in trouble, if you're losing your job, if you're going to jail, if you're having fights with people and everything else, then yeah, maybe you should quit. But it's never seemed to cause me that many problems. So yeah, I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence, and I really am interested. What do you guys? What's your thoughts? Anybody trying to stop? Anybody cutting back? Anybody doing the minimalistic thing? I'm interested in finding out um, what what you guys are up to. What's your perspective on alcohol these days? Because it seems to be a big topic of conversation on YouTube and just reading articles about it. I wrote a book called Unleashing Destiny. It's right up here. And it talks a lot about the RAS, the reticular activating system, the default mode network. I hit on a lot of these different mindsets that if we change them, it makes manifestations so much easier. So if you're interested in that, it's on Audible and Amazon. Please check it out. Yeah, I also think alcohol is more insidious than we realize, and I think that addiction or dependency or whatever you want to call it kind of builds up over the years, like slowly over the years, and you just get more and more used to it. You know, some people say to you, keep drinking more and more. That's another thing. I've never really done that. I've never felt like, oh, I got to keep drinking more and more and more. So I don't know. I feel like I'm halfway defending the fact that drinking alcohol is okay, and on the other hand, I kind of feel like I don't know. Maybe it's time to quit. You know, I really don't know. And it's something I've done most of my life. I did quit in my 20s. I mentioned that before. I quit for almost 10 years, man. From the time I turned 20 until I turned like 30, 31, I bet you if I had 12 beers in that 10-year period, yeah, that would be amazing because I just didn't drink back then. So I've quit before and I started, and it's a bit of a conundrum. And I didn't realize how unhealthy it was because they used to say it's good for your heart and all this kind of stuff, but now they're even saying that's not even true. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. This is more of a question and just a discussion. I would like to know what you plan on doing or what you are doing when it comes to drinking alcohol. And I'm still up in the air about it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you.
I just wanted to mention that we have a couple of free PDFs. There's a link down in the comments, and one of them is tips to wean yourself off opiates. And I think you'll find this beneficial if you're just starting. You can also use this for a template for stopping drinking as well. And we also have another free PDF called Break Free from the Wounds of the Past. So go ahead and click on the link tree link below, and we'll get those emailed out to you. Thank you.